Hello.
Hi, Jonna. Gretchen just took a bit of a break. She said she'll be back around 2. Have we met?
Okay. I don't know that we have in person. Possibly. I
Uh,
don't know. I have a terrible memory for these things.
I'm Jose. My name isn't on my thing, so I don't know if you actually have ever seen my face anywhere, but I'm Jose. I'm the guy in the training videos.
Yes, I've been to two of those. One of those anyway.
And thank you very much for showing, some initiative and wanting to practice on your own. And I wanted to come just to see if I could help. And Gretchen said, yeah. So I'm here.
Great, thanks.
Do you want to ask me anything while we're here, while we're waiting?
Um, Specifically at this time, no. I think I have a basic grasp on things. I see you've already hit record.
Yep.
I guess you're the one who opened this room.
Yeah,
Not
basically.
And then it looks like I probably signed in as my regular Zoom.
Right. So I
Okay.
don't know, actually, I realize now that might happen too. So I don't know how Gretchen wants to handle that, if we're going to go through, or if I'm going to go through for her, the protocol for going in and out of rooms as a proper room host using a proper Jolt account.
Mm.
Did you see that part in the training videos?
Yeah, I had some trouble actually with the link. So I wasn't able to get back in, and then I didn't know I had to click the thingy. So I was kind of locked out for a minute there. But I think I've got that. I have the login information. I don't know my schedule. I guess the weekend schedule isn't up yet.
Jenny's hard at work on it. It's just, like brush fire.
Yeah, no, that wasn't any shade. It was just
No,
just
I know
checking.
it's not, but I'm
Perfect.
saying
Okay.
that we wanted to have it up last week, like finalized last week.
Yeah.
But what happened last week was that we looked at the person hours that we were dealing with, and I thought this is a really tight schedule. There's no room in here for any mistakes, and it would be nice to have more people. So last week we decided to recruit a few more people, and we
Mm,
did. We recruited a few more people, but to get those people in to relieve the pressure on some others, that means moving everybody around again, which means a delay in how the schedule can come out. But she is putting it up as it goes, and there is, the Monday schedule is up. I believe if you look in, are you on Slack, Chelana?
yeah, I've been trying to follow
Right.
the threads.
So she when she has, hey Phil, I don't know if you can hear me. When she has days up, she will put them up, and I think she had Saturday up already, right? Don't remember,
Oh,
but it'll be coming, and definitely, it'll be there before the day that you have to do it. So I think she's
yes.
already up to at least Thursday or Friday during the weekday schedule, and the really big hump Saturday and Sunday she's furiously working on right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go up tonight.
Okay.
Okay. And that's where you'll know which room you're in, and that's when you can go to. Here, let me just show you real quickly.
This Phil's adult plenary.
The accounts and passwords page. I don't know if you've seen this, John. Okay, good. So,
Yeah, it's in the Google Drive that was
right.
shared with everyone, right? Yeah.
As long as you know where all of that stuff is, and you know the general procedure, which we will practice today, then you're going to be
Perfect.
cool. Okay, my turn to take a bit of a break. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a thing of water.
By yourself. Who is here? I know Shalana and I know Jose. Phil is a plenary. Never met you, but nice to see you here. This KK Fawn. Yeah, so the goal today is we're gonna have Jose explain a little bit about how to get into the system, because he just had to explain it to me again. And it's not as straightforward as I thought it was. Hi, Phil. You're peeking in. Well, we're just chatting right now. waiting for a few people to join us. Are you able to stay, Phil? And be an attendee or a presenter that is unfamiliar with Zoom? Oh, fabulous. I see you chatting. Oh, fabulous. Can you be an active participant or are you just going to listen? So what we're going to do, Shalana, is Jose is I've asked him to be the troublesome presenter who knows nothing about presenting on Zoom. And I'm going to be the attendee who just really won't shut up.
Oh, great.
You are going to have to manage. Yes, you can be a passive participant, Phil. You're going to have to manage us. I don't think many people are going to be as terrible as Jose and I are planning to be for you, but
Oh, great. So if I
And
can
that's not hard for
survive
me to
you
do either. I'm
two.
just going to be my normal self.
yeah, he's true. It's true.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and start. So Jose, can you go over how to like the protocol, but exactly what she needs to do when she's getting ready to be the room host?
Okay.
Like what to click on, what password, where it is, and all that. Just one more time for me.
problem. Oh, it's not just for you. We're being recorded, so I wanted to actually do this as kind of like a secondary thing too. Anyway.
Lana,
Okay.
he just said that to me, and it was really helpful to hear it again. So let's let him do it again.
No problem.
Phil, you don't have to be here.
There are only 2 people. You don't want to like go into Slack and find out, hey, everybody, where are you, kind of thing, or maybe they're like flailing away. Actually,
Phil's like not wanting to be recorded, but you're.
Anybody?
Yes, just because we.
Okay. Yeah, Grant said he was coming, and he's not here. Oh, yeah.
We might say something insightful and wise, and we want to record it in case we say something good.
No, it's going to have to be recorded. There's just too much stuff here that could be used, right? Righty.
Jolt 2020, who are you?
That's Grant.
Hi, Grant. So, one, before you begin, Jose, we should not change our name. Like the room host shouldn't write their name in the, what is it, the window.
Are you talking about the protocol?
Yeah, like right now I'm reception Jolt 2020.
Right. So yes, you should write in your name, because then if somebody wants to actually ask you something, excuse me, reception. So instead of calling you reception, what the reception will not be used as a presentation room. So we would be using something that would actually start 20 Jolt, room 20, and Jolt, showing that you're the official Jolt representative. But that still itself is not really conducive to actually calling you by name and making people feel comfortable calling you. So what you would do is 20 Jolt, parenthesis, Gretchen C, period, parenthesis.
Okay, I'm room 33 though, correct? So let's.
Could do that.
Okay, so every time we change our name.
Yes, there is a protocol for that in the protocol sheet about how to change your name. Hopefully you can do that even before the presenter shows up.
Okay, so this is completely wrong now, isn't it, Jose? How should I?
What is completely wrong?
My new name.
30. Well, it would have said 33 space JALT space parenthesis Gretchen space capital C period parenthesis. You want to be really particular.
I want you to help me with this.
Okay, so for example, more rename.
30.
So
do yours, please.
Let's say I'm in room 22.
Okay.
And that's 22, and it would say Jolt, and you double check your name for typographical errors, just like I just made. And that's how it should look. Right?
Okay.
You remind people just even by your name, redundant information. This is room 22. This is, oh, wait, I was supposed to be in room 28. Oh, and they're out of there. Right?
Thank you. This is really important information that I glossed over. Okay.
Okay. Shalana, you're okay. You know how to change your name, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Good, good. The only other thing, Shalana, is you want to uh, uh, if you want to come in to actually practice all of the room hosting procedures, what I'm about to show you is something that you might want to do. Well, after I show it, is like to leave this room with your account and then to do what I just described, so you can come back in as actually one of the official accounts people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Let me just start arranging my windows here so that if I have to call anything, that it won't be too hard to do so. Okay, there it is. All right. So for those of you who are watching this video and wanted to get a brusher upper on how to get into
Wait, Dan, this is not okay.
Husband.
Ugh.
okay, so this is
All right.
what you do in that. Oh, she already did mute herself. Okay, I was about to say, just be quick with the mute button. Johnny, you're okay? Okay. Okay, so start again. Okay, for those of you who wanted to get a little bit of a brush up on how to get into the room where you will be hosting a presentation, basically, I'll try to walk you through that right now. There were two major parts of it, and you have to balance working the Eventzilla website with the Zoom sign-in. I'm going to try to do this in order, and if I flub up, I'll try to remember where I flubbed up and walk you back so that in this 3 or 4 minutes, you'll be able to have that instruction and refer to it later. Okay. When we at Jolt have the entire schedule complete, okay, you will have a place where you can check by day where you land up with what presentations you have to host. That will be a separate video. That will be a separate discussion. But let's say you go to the schedule, you find that you have to do a presentation on Sunday afternoon. Here we are Sunday afternoon, and your presentation starts at 2:50, 14:50 in the afternoon. You're getting ready to figure this out. Okay, so you go to that schedule and take note of the schedule title, the presenter's names, and the presentation ID number. Those will help you to confirm that you're looking at the right information when you're looking in other places. Okay, so I'll say that again. The presentation name, the presenter's names, especially if you got like 3 or 4 of them, because you got to introduce them all, protocol and stuff. Okay, it's best to have that actually listed up somewhere. The presentation ID, and I also forgot the room number. That is actually very, very important. The room number that you're supposed to be in. Okay, now take that, and in my estimation, this is the best thing you should do. Okay, once you've got all that information written down, you will find a link within that schedule to go directly to the Eventzilla page that holds that presentation. Okay, click that link so that then you go on your browser to the Eventzilla page, and there you see it. You confirm all of those numbers, you confirm all of those names, you confirm the room number. So you go, yep, okay, schedule matches Eventzilla. Okay, keep that page in your browser right there so that then because you're going to use it later. Okay, next, as a room host, okay, I'm not going to put it in chat. Joanna has this, Grant has this, Gretchen has this, so I don't need to put this in chat, but I will show you very quickly here. These are the accounts and passwords. Now, I have just shut down general access to this except to the people who need to edit it, so that then you can still see it, but you won't be able to move anything around, so you don't have to be afraid about screwing anything up. If anything gets screwed up, now it's on our heads, the people who were supposed to not screw it up. You go here and you look according to room numbers. So you were supposed to be in Jolt room 17. So go find it. There it is, Jolt room 17, okay? And this is the account ID, okay? Right, all of it. It's an email address. It is the account ID. And yes, it differs only by that number. So please be careful. You can't tell an immediate glance that it will be the right one. You have to look closely that it's 17, not 11, that it's 22, not 23. Here is the password. For the most part, room hosts can ignore this particular piece of information called the host key. That is important only for other things, specifically for us as squad leaders and room host coordinators. For room hosts, you can pretty much ignore that, but it was necessary to put it there. This is what's important. You confirm the number of your room, you get this ID, and you get prepared to take this password.
Mhm.
You get prepared to take that information. Okay, so for example, let's just take 17. That's what I was talking about. And then you prepare another browser page, okay, for Zoom. Now here, I'm already in reception, okay? I'm gonna log out of that. And you'll see that logging out of your account on the website does not automatically trash you out of whatever meeting that you're already in, okay? Just so that then you know that you got a bit of room to work with here. You take that account information and you go to the sign in button here. Now, email address, yeah, I have that. Oh, wait a minute, what the heck is that? Okay, let's try that again. No, over here. Okay, I thought I copied this. Guess I had that in memory elsewhere. Okay, copy. Yeah, let's try that again. Okay, you get that, come back, get the password for it, go back and finish your sign in. Okay. And here's something that's important, at least on Safari, my Safari, or for most people's Windows computers, most people are running, or if they're running Firefox has its own password manager. If it asks you, would you like to save it? Please go ahead and save it, okay? Don't worry about the fact, oh, but that's Jalt's account or anything like that. If we're worried about it, we'll change those passwords, okay? And the reason why that's important, okay, I'm gonna show you right now, the reason why that's important is if I sign out again, and if I were to sign in again, it holds all of those passwords that I've ever used. So if you found yourself looking at the schedule, looking at Saturday, Sunday, and you're bouncing around between 3 or 4 accounts, what I would actually suggest is you go to the accounts and passwords beforehand, sign in at least once, sign out, go to the next one that you might have to use on Sunday evening, sign in there, and let the password manager have a chance to remember it. And then that way you can just scroll up and down looking, there's my 17, there's my reception. This is the stuff that I was doing in Jalt call, right? So the password manager will remember it for you, just as long as you go in with the right stuff, okay? So in that example, I'm gonna go in with 17 again, right there. And check your profile. Yes, you are 17, and yes, you are confirmed as 17, even with the profile pic. Cool, I'm in 17. Now, you would go back to Eventzilla, okay? And just assuming, I'm not gonna waste time by changing the Eventzilla page, that this was the presentation that you double check between your notes and the Eventzilla information. Yes, correct ID, yes, correct presentation information. Okay, oh, look at that, it's 10 minutes before the presentation starts, how time flies. Here's the green button. Click on that, boom, you're into the presentation as the host. Okay. If, as Chelana did, you go into that and it's less than T-10, yes, the green button will appear for you, but if you enter then, you will not be host. And then you'll, sheepishly have to say hello to the presenter, leave, and then come back as the host. So that's something for you to remember. So let me just recap that, okay? Here's my recommended protocol. You check the schedule, okay, well beforehand. You see that, okay, oh, Monday I've got one. Is it Sunday afternoon? Oh, Monday I've got one. Okay, let me write that down. Set whatever timers you need to do for Monday. Monday comes around, okay, go confirm it again on the schedule. Yeah, I'm still there for schedule. Now let me write that down. The ID number, presentation name, the presenter name, the room number. Okay, it will have an Eventzilla link. Click the Eventzilla link, confirm what you just wrote down on the Eventzilla link, and put that aside. This is like a cooking recipe. Set bacon aside, okay? And then you go to the accounts and passwords that I just showed you here that you can access for all of the rooms that we'll be running, okay? Make sure that you get the right account name for, let's say you're running room 4 this afternoon, okay? Go to the sign in, let me get that again, and go to sign in and plug that in, plug the password in. If you had done it before, it would have been even faster. Sign in, go back to Eventzilla, and when it's T-10, that green button will appear. Boom, you're in there as the presenter. Sorry, you're in there with the presenter as a room host. Okay, how's that, Gretchen? Was that clear enough? Okay.
Yeah, that was great.
Good.
All right.
Shalana, did you want to go out and come in again, or do you want to stay like where you are with your account?
I can try that. You noticed I was gone. That was my internet kicking me out of Zoom. So I'm having some issues that hopefully will be resolved by next week.
May
I
I
have
show you
off
something
to
else
go
in
buy
the,
a thingy. Yeah.
may I show you something else that's relevant to that point that you just put out? Can you please go to this URL,
Yep.
fast.com, and tell me what your remaining megabit space is right now?
Jose, mine's always like 67.
You're on Wi-Fi, probably on a shared optical connection in an apartment building.
No, I'm in my house.
You're in a house, okay. Are you on optical fiber? Hikari fiber.
Not sure.
Okay. Depends on what it should be. This is typical of my optical fiber connection. So half a gigabit. Okay. So what does yours say, Chilana? Okay, she's busy. So don't worry. Why don't you?
75.
You're fine. If you're running a
Okay.
Zoom meeting and you've got 75 megabits left over, great. Gretchen, what
Well,
have
I
you?
was getting a message from Zoom saying your internet connection is unstable, and you kept freezing up.
Is
So
anyone-
I've missed actually most of everything up until about now.
Hey, it's okay. It was being recorded. Does that happen to you a lot? You get those unstable messages?
No, that's why I'm particularly concerned. I've done lots of stuff with Kyoto Jolt on Zoom, no problem. But my husband is about to go grab an adapter thingy so we can hook everything up and it'll be much more stable.
That's always been my mantra. You know, Wi-Fi is cool, Wi-Fi is convenient, but for something like this, you really should be on a LAN cable. What else was I going to say about that? Now, just at that moment, was your husband watching something on Netflix or streaming music off Spotify or something?
No.
No, it happens
no.
sometimes, and it even happens to me, even with this kind of like high-speed connection. So I wouldn't worry about it too much unless you're seeing it a lot leading up into Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Okay.
Isn't one thing we can do if people are cutting in and out and having trouble, everyone just turns off their video?
That's the other thing that kind of softens the worry. Everyone is that not.
Now? Do you mind if everyone does that now? Because I want to see if anything changes.
Well, okay. What's the number that fast.com told you, Gretchen?
9.
So what?
9.
9.
49.
49? 49 is giddy. Like, should be okay. Were you getting unstable connections, Gretchen?
No, I've never had trouble. I just heard from a friend that if you turn off your camera, like people who are cutting in and out or having trouble hearing or having Wi-Fi difficulty.
Okay, so hit fast.com again, Gretchen.
Now I'm at 66.
Yeah, it'll help. And that's as I was about to say, that's one thing that softens the worry, is that even if you did have an unstable connection at that moment, most everyone will turn off their cameras during the presentation. You, as a room host, turns off their camera, which is the most effective thing against your own unstable connection. And you only have to come back for the last maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes to moderate the questions, right? The recording will be done off the cloud, right? So that's another thing that helps. That's not going to make anyone's connections unstable. I don't know if Chilana, she's still there. I think her mic is open. So that's okay. No, I didn't mean turn it off. I just wanted to see if you were actually still there. Now, Johnny, did you want to go and come back out? I don't know if that's important for your for how you want to practice, Gretchen.
Yeah, which account should I use?
Okay, Gretchen, I don't know how far you want me to keep talking. I thought that you wanted to.
So what you need to do is leave this meeting.
Yep.
Go to Zoom, and instead of logging in with your own account, you're going to log in with the Jolt account, which is all that email address and the password on the Google Doc that Jose was just showing us.
Specifically, you want the one at the top, Chilana, the one that says
Okay.
Help and information, and the actual email account itself says reception. So the name of the room does not match the email account right now. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Let me just make sure I can access that
That's right.
before I jump out.
Yeah, that would be wise. Yeah.
You do that, and we'll be here.
It should be bookmarked, by the way, Chalana, in case I never see you again. It should be bookmarked.
Yeah, smart.
Actually, I'm gonna make a video out of that. It should be bookmarked, everyone.
Yeah.
So I guess the best place to get that link would just be from Slack.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you right
Oh,
now.
awesome! Thanks.
Yeah, sure. But just for the record, it is in the room hosts documents folder. It's in there under the title accounts and passwords, which I will now provide as a link. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so while Shalana's doing that, here is a point that maybe we should put in the video, in the recording. Before you start your room hosting, you should have the passwords and the email address open on your computer. You should have Eventzilla open on your computer. You should log in to Zoom with the Jolt room that you are hosting, right? And then you can click on the Eventzilla link to get into the room as the room host.
And the only thing I would put on top of that is, as you're looking at the information from the schedule and Eventzilla, constantly check to make sure that all of the information matches.
That's why you go back in through Eventzilla so you can confirm the numbers and the presenters, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. After a while, after you get some experience, it starts to become less something that you have to focus on. And that sometimes, for better or worse, becomes a different situation. So some people think too much, oh, I've got this, no problem, I don't have to pay that much attention. Some people will think, okay, this means that I've had that problem before, and makes them focus even more. But if you go through the routine and let the protocol guide you through what you have to do, I think that's the best thing to do until you do feel some confidence in it.
I'm gonna practice here one time before she comes back. Jose, you're my presenter, and Grant, you are my unruly attendee.
Okay, where are we in the presentation? I'm presenting, and he's just gonna
Right, Jose, we have about 5 minutes before you're going to begin your presentation. Everyone, excuse me, Grant, could you please turn off your camera and mute yourselves? Okay.
Okay, so he's a little ruly right now. Okay, he'll be unruly later.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Today we have Jose Cruz.
How do I unmute?
Speaking to us about passwords and Eventzilla. Jose, take it away.
Hi, I just want to tell you that you have nothing to fear. The entire Jolt Room conference team pretty much knows what it's doing. And we're not going to set anything on fire. And I hope nobody lands in jail for any of the problems that we might have. Gretchen, I think Grant is having some problems. I'm not sure.
And yes, I have just texted him to keep his camera off. Everyone, please keep your cameras off while the presenter is presenting. It's highly distracting.
Okay, so here's what I would do. I would tell, some people literally don't know what that red slash through the camera means. So tell them, and he might just be fumbling, like hitting the thing repeatedly, going, wait a minute, I thought it was off, I thought it was on. So you tell them, when the red slash is through the camera, when the red slash is through the microphone, that's fine. That means it's muted. That means it's off. Just let it set right there.
All right, hold on. Let me practice one more time. We haven't started yet. Okay, 10 minutes before. Okay, Jose, you're my presenter.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hi. Will you be using breakout rooms during your presentation?
Not this one, but maybe for my next presentation later on in the weekend.
Okay. And would you like me to look at the chat and see what the questions are? Or are you going to be looking at the chat yourself?
I think I would like you to watch the chat for me. I'm really bad at multitasking that way, and I'm really just focusing on what I want to say.
Okay. And would you like me to do a countdown time for the end of your presentation?
That I think I'm going to be cool with. I've practiced that a few times, and I got my watch going. I think I'm cool. But thank you for the offer.
Okay. And when are you taking questions? During or at the end of your presentation?
Okay, I think I would like you to just take the questions and maybe put them aside somewhere. And then maybe I've timed it so that then I'm going to have about maybe 10 minutes at the end. And at those 10 minutes at the end, I think, yeah, I can probably cover most of the questions there as long as you got them all for me somewhere.
I've made you co-host, so you are able to share your screen and share your PowerPoint. Are you comfortable doing that, or
What does that mean, actually, co-host?
it just means you are able to share your screen and, well, everyone can though, correct, Jose?
I'm sorry, are you speaking to the fourth wall now?
I'm speaking to you as
Okay, fourth wall break. What was that again?
I don't need to give you hosting privileges because anyone can share their screen.
No, that is one of the security features in the settings that I've made. No one can share their screen unless they're the host or the co-host.
Okay.
Unless you make a mistake and actually hit in security. You see the security shield?
Yeah.
And you actually allow everyone to share. That will allow everyone to share their screen. That opens up Zoom bombing. So that's why it's always off.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Okay, so you just make me co-host, and then I'll ask you, what does that mean? And then you say, oh, that just allows you to share the screen. So, oh, it allows me to share the screen. Okay, I see.
Okay, so yes, I've made you co-host, so you're able to share your screen.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't use Zoom that much. Sorry.
Okay, so we're 2 minutes away. If the attendees wouldn't mind muting themselves and turning off their camera in preparation for Jose's wonderful talk about passwords and events.
Can I just jump in? One thing we've had issues with in the past is sharing screens, but not the audio. If we have a presenter like Jose who is not experienced with using Zoom, can we just test that their audio is set to work as well?
I was just about to actually, I don't know when Gretchen wanted to hit the fourth wall again, but I was actually going to remark that that's actually something that you do want to do. What I think that was Chilana. You haven't changed your name yet, by the way. I think that was Chilana who said that, yeah, you should do that. Before the recording begins, tell them, especially somebody like me who obviously is not all there, which obviously is me, I am not all there when it comes to sharing screens. So, well, okay, well, Jose, why don't we just do a test share? Are you okay with, do you know how to do that? And I said, yeah, I think I can remember that part. And okay, well, as you see the test share, take note of the fact that you're going to see what looks like a palette of choices. That's called the sharing palette. Bottom left-hand side, bottom left-hand corner, sorry, bottom left-hand corner of the sharing palette are 2 buttons, okay? And one of them will be for computer sound and optimized for video clips. Please check them both right now and click the share button on the bottom right-hand side. I believe it says share.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says share. And then that way, we can make sure that you can share. That's you do that before the presentation begins, before the recording begins, to make sure that their computer is okay and there are no problems with their sharing. By the way, some people will actually not share. They're ready to just sit here and talk, give a lecture. So, but even then, you tell them, just in case, can we do a test share? Because they might go, oh, you know what? There's a really good photograph in my folders. And even though they didn't plan it, and then if you didn't go through the test share and they're not good with Zoom, then you'll have to explain it all right there. So get that all done as a matter of protocol, no matter who or what the presenter plans to do.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Jose, for your wonderful presentation about share. Do we have any questions for Jose and his topic? Grant, I see you have a question.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how do I keep my microphone muted? I'm having problems with this.
Jose, that's your topic. So
Okay.
You never know what they're going to say, right?
Oh, no, you actually never do. And you are supposed to be the obstinate sort of participant. So, yeah, I was actually talking about that just about maybe 5 minutes ago, Grant. Basically, if the red slash, Grant, can you see the microphone icon at the bottom left-hand corner of your Zoom window? You see that thing that looks like a microphone? Okay. You see how there's a red slash through it right now? Oh, okay, not now. Okay, there was just before when you nodded your head. There's no red slash through it right now. Okay, so now click it once, give it a single click. Click on that microphone.
Mm.
Now there, do you see how, now don't click it yet, but you see how there's a red slash through it now? And now look at your camera avatar. You see how there's a red slashed microphone even in your camera avatar? That reminds you in the image that you're muted and that the microphone is muted. Now to turn your microphone back on, just single click that microphone again, and you're good to go. You're ready to speak.
Okay, thank you. I have another question from Phil who says, did the Tuesday's presentation video turn out okay?
You're asking me? Okay,
I'm reading from the chat.
well, I think you should ask Jose that. He's the guy who was actually there at that presentation video, but I believe, I'm told that it actually went very well, yeah.
Okay, thank you. We're out of time and I'm gonna have to close the room. So if you have any further questions for Jose about this wonderful topic, please go to the room 17 overflow room. I don't know, did we decide what that is called, Mark?
Yeah, actually that protocol changed. So let me explain that protocol.
Yeah, go ahead.
But first, before we do, I wrote down just a couple things, and it might be important. So when the president, there were two places where you should elicit audience applause as a matter of protocol.
Yeah.
So when the guy is done, okay, and he says, and that's what I wanted to say. So you'll open your mic and then you'll tell everyone, you got to give them a bit of a lead into it, okay? So this is what I would say. Well, thank you very much, Gretchen. All right, everyone. So I'd like to ask you to help me show your appreciation for Gretchen's great presentation. So I'm going to ask you to unmute your mics. And together, after everyone unmutes their mics, I'd like you to give Gretchen a round of applause. Shall we?
Okay.
That round of applause is done. Then you go into the questions. Then you go into the questions and you finish up. And just before you go into your final spiel, and you can judge where these things overlap or underlap. But
Okay.
Around the time that you're saying, okay, now let's continue this wonderful discussion. Around that time, before that time, in the middle of that time, you say, just one more final round of applause for Mr. Cruz. And would you please open your mics again? Now, if you would like to continue, and this is where I'm going to tell you the protocol for leading people out. And Mark, cover me on this in case I miss anything. So people are having a lively discussion, okay? And another thing I realize now, another thing that you should look at when you're looking at your schedule or on Eventzilla is try to take note of what SIG this presenter might be associated with. Okay? If they're with
SIG rooms.
Yeah, that's right. If they're with LD, if they're with pragmatics or whatever, right? So they're with pragmatics, and this has been a great presentation. Everybody's really hot on the topic and says, okay, well, everyone, I can give you a few extra minutes if you want, just to finish, because maybe even the presenter is getting into his questions. You don't want to just shut them right down, okay? But it looks like, oh, we're getting into like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes over. You start thinking to yourself, when's a good place to cut this off? And then get ready to say, if everyone is still really hot to discuss this topic, that, well, this is actually a pragmatics SIG sponsored discussion. If you like, everyone, we have alongside the help and information room, alongside the, oh gosh, Mark, what does EME stand for again?
Oh, that won't be a room. That's all going to be in the help and information. So even simpler.
Okay, that's new. I didn't even hear about that. Okay, okay, so forget about what I just said about EME. Okay, this is a pragmatics SIG. So tell you what, in the SIG room, which is right next to help and information, up at the top of Eventzilla, take note that this is room 7. No, sorry, that was the old protocol. Take note that this is a pragmatics SIG sponsored, SIG associated presentation, and go into the pragmatics room, and you can continue your discussion there. And don't forget to check out all of the other SIGs. Don't forget to check out, if you need any help with anything, we have a help and information desk as well. And thank you very much for coming to this presentation. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
And then as room host, I end the session and let everyone go into their...
It would be wise to go through the protocol of ending the recording first, just because that's better for the software. They know that that was done. Like it normally just will cut off the recording as you turn off the room, but probably best to follow protocol, hit the recording button, then make sure everybody's out, or you have alerted everybody, in fact, I'm about to close the room because it's 5 minutes until the next start time for the next presentation. Now, that's something you should know too. Is this room going to be used immediately used in the next time slot? If not, then you can hang around a bit if you're actually enjoying the presentation and the discussion after the presentation, and you want to listen, and you don't have another hosting gig, and you're not tired. Yeah, let them talk a bit, and then let them talk themselves out. After you have told them the SIGs are there, that the other rooms are there.
But if I'm room host and I want to leave, I have to leave.
Then you leave. As long as it's
Okay.
you're on time, you can leave anytime after that. But you're using your discretion as to whether or not you want to tell all these people, I'm sorry, I got to go, or if you can stretch it out a bit. But you got to give them at least the time that they're allotted. Okay?
If I leave though, they have to leave too.
They will leave too. That room closes, right? And it won't be opened again until somebody opens it.
Well, that's something that okay. All right, I'm done practicing. So who's next?
Well, Grant doesn't need it. He did this at Pansig and Gelt Call.
Anna, do you want to practice?
Yeah. Okay.
Want to take this from the very beginning, Chelana?
Sure. So it's 10 minutes before the session. I've just opened up the room. Gretchen, do you want to pretend to be our presenter this time?
Shalana, can you help me? I feel like I need to practice sharing my screen.
Sure. I can try to help walk you through that before we get started. So you should have co-hosting abilities. Let me just double check that for you.
Can I step in? Sorry?
Yes.
Okay. I would go through the rest of the niggly wiggly stuff first before you get maybe into the bogs of sharing screen. Like,
okay.
Because that's the stuff you're going to need if it gets really sticky, like trying to teach somebody something new. You're going to find yourself, oh my God, it's only 2 minutes until, and I still have to do all this stuff first. I would do all the other stuff first. And let me just take care of all this stuff, and I will make sure that you're good with sharing the screen right after that. That's what I would do.
Okay. Sure. Thank you. All right. So yes, Gretchen, I'd love to walk you through that. But first, just in case we get a little tight for time, let me just go over some basics with you first. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going to be using breakout rooms?
Oh goodness, I'm so nervous. No breakout rooms.
Okay.
No.
So we don't need to worry about that. How would you like me to handle the questions? Do you want to take them throughout the session? Do you want me to watch them?
Didn't even think about that. Oh my goodness. Do you think you could just definitely not while I'm talking?
Okay.
So at the end, I'll take questions, and I guess you're going to have to look in the chat because
Yeah, no problem.
I'm really nervous.
Don't worry. I'm here to help you. This is going to be great. We can do this. Okay, so I'll get them. Now, for the question and answer period, would you like me to give you a heads up when we have about 10 minutes before I have to close the room?
Yeah, I timed my presentation, but yeah, you should tell me when I have about 10 minutes left so I know if I need to hurry up.
Perfect.
But I did leave time for questions.
You should be good. Okay, so let's make sure that you can share your screen.
Okay.
Okay, break, fourth wall. How do I make sure she has co-hosting?
Have you ever given anyone co-host before, Shauna?
Nope.
Okay, so okay, let me do it this way then. Excuse me. I know this is a very big screen. Please don't get angry with me if it looks really small on your computer. And where did my Zoom windows go? Oh yeah, because, oh gosh, okay, I can't. Then I'll have to talk you through it, Chelana.
Okay, no problem.
Open up your participants window and it'll slide out from the right-hand side.
Yep.
Okay, find Gretchen's name there.
Mm-hmm.
Wag your cursor over her name and there are two blue buttons that will appear to the right-hand side of her name.
Yep.
The one most right-hand side over should be a 3-dot button.
Okay. When I
I'm sorry, more. No, in
Okay.
this, more. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's three
okay.
dots, sometimes it's more.
Yep.
More, and then you can see where it says make co-host.
Okay, since she's already listed as host, I
Right.
don't have that, but that's what I would do.
Exactly. It would say make
Awesome.
co-host. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so Gretchen, you are now the co-host,
Oh, thank
which
you.
means you should be able to share your screen, no problem.
So I'll
So if
click
you,
on share screen.
yep, click share screen at the bottom there.
Oh no. I disabled participant screen sharing.
Can I fix that?
Are you talking fourth wall or what?
I don't know. It says the host has disabled screen sharing.
You did.
Me? I don't know. I'm not host.
No, I just took the host so she could practice making her co-host. So I just reclaimed
Oh.
it.
Oh.
Okay.
Thanks for telling us, Grant.
Give me I think you're gonna have to give me hosting privileges.
Yeah, you have to make her co-host again. So go ahead and make her co-host, Chelana. Now you can.
So
I don't seem to have the ability to make her co-host.
Yeah, because Grant took the host. Okay, so Chelana, you're gonna have to reclaim host, which is
Okay.
a different button. Okay. So now again, participants list, bottom set of buttons begins with invite and mute all.
Yes.
And then the last one should say more. Click that, and there's at the very top should say reclaim host.
Yes.
Please reclaim host.
Okay.
And you're back on top.
I'm trying to hover over Gretchen.
Actually, I think you have to do it again. Again, I'm just trying to be play my role, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, thank you. This is really good.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the only way that would happen, Grant, is if you actually had access to these accounts. That's the only way
Good
that you would
point.
actually pull the host from her. A normal participant wouldn't be able to be this unruly, and she would have kicked you out long before.
Oh,
Get her.
now. Okay.
Okay, Gretchen, you should be able to share now.
Okay, so I see that I see share screen at the bottom. I'm gonna hit that, okay?
Yep. Perfect.
And oh, okay, I see my presentation. I clicked it. Is that all I have to do?
Are we imagining we're seeing it now?
No.
Okay, you're actually trying to share your screen?
There's two little check boxes down on the left. Do I need to check those?
That was a nice hint.
Sound and
that would be a good idea. If you're using audio in your presentation, you definitely want to make sure your share computer sound button is clicked.
Okay, and then I hit share.
Yes.
Okay. So now everyone can see my internet speed.
Yay!
Okay.
Okay.
It works. I'm going to push stop now. Okay.
All right. So thank you for that wonderful presentation, Gretchen. Everyone, please unmute yourself and give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
And we have some time for questions. Gretchen, we have a question from person I am making up. Blah, 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 blah.
Where's the presenter?
You're the presenter. You're the presenter. Gretchen, you're the presenter still.
Wait. Oh, this is a good point. You wanted the room, someone or Jose or whoever wanted us to spotlight the presenter, correct?
Right.
Okay.
So a whole bunch of stuff to go over. Like I'm writing this stuff as we go along and going towards the most important stuff. So may I just, because I'm already interrupting. Shannon, the only thing that I would change about the screen sharing thing that you showed Gretchen is don't even mention the fact that, oh, well, if you have audio.
Okay.
The more stuff you
do
introduce, just do it. Just because like, they'll go, yeah, but I don't need to share audio. Well, just in case, it's just a normal protocol thing that we do. And you know, it just takes 2 clicks right here, click them right now, and then you never have to worry about them again for the length of this presentation. Don't even introduce the if or anything, just do it, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole spotlighting thing. Now, if there was a single presenter like Gretchen here, that's very easy to spotlight. You remember do you know how to spotlight, Shalana?
I think I just did.
Okay, so there she is. She's going to stay there no matter who speaks. She's there dancing, doing her jazz hands. Now, if there were two presenters, you got two people sort of bouncing off each other, or they're going to be taking turns, or you just want to keep them on there because they're all, they're all presenters. You can do what's called a multi-spotlight now. Okay, so there you go. You just now we're co-presenters and we're always there and stuff like that. The only thing I hope co-presenters, maybe I might even write this into the protocol. Please remember that you're multi-spotlit. So be careful about whatever nervous tics you have, or you start picking your nose because you think that Gretchen's talking and no one can see you. That would be awfully embarrassing. So please be careful. That sort of thing. So that's multi-spotlight.
I just removed you, and I can do that because I'm a host.
That's right.
I also just removed you, Gretchen, just so you know.
Well,
Yeah.
to spotlight someone, like, who's not hosting here? Bill, you're not hosting, correct?
Mark and Grant and Bill Pello, but Bill.
Yeah, I'm not.
But Bill Pello doesn't have his camera on, so I don't know if you can actually spotlight someone without a camera on.
Okay, so I need Grant. Grant, how do I
Yeah.
spotlight him though?
Gretchen, you wanna? I'm sorry, Chalana, do you want to explain to Gretchen how to multi-spotlight?
I think I did it.
Oh, you did. Okay, multi-spotlight.
I see only one. So, like setting up the first spotlight, if you go to your participants window on the side there. There you go. You've got it. Excellent.
So spotlight for everyone just means put a spotlight on this person.
That's right.
In your
Which is
spotlight.
Not spotlight everybody.
So let me define that specifically. It means that their camera is always on in the main Zoom window.
Okay.
But if there were 4 of them, then all 4 of them share the main Zoom window.
Okay. And pinning, explain pinning again. What is pinning? Nothing.
Pinning is spotlighting for yourself. So if you've got a good buddy and you want to see him, and you guys are like secretly sharing notes to one corner, you can keep him, even though the presenter is over there, you can keep him as the biggest person in your Zoom window. So pinning is personal. Spotlighting is everybody. Anybody can pin, but only the host can spotlight or multi-spotlight. And whatever you pin for yourself, nobody can necessarily see. Nobody can see except yourself.
Right.
Am I still spotlighted?
No.
Okay. Is there a way to
No,
see-
we're back onto normal speaker view now.
You can tell when up in your window, right?
I got a message saying I was spotlighted, and then
I took it off.
oh, okay, right, thanks. Okay, so I just
A bit upset.
Mark's a shy guy.
All right, whose turn is it? Or is Shalana finished? Or let's let her.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, let's see. You were just about to throw out some questions to Gretchen, I think.
I don't have-
Yes.
Well, I've got a question.
Yes. Mark, what is your question for Gretchen?
Can are there breakout rooms? I'm not the host. Doesn't
No,
say-
this session does not have breakout rooms, but perhaps
I
a
mean,
next
this
presenter
actually
would
does
like
this
to
Tuesday.
practice breakout rooms.
Oh, okay.
I think that would probably be really helpful for all of us.
Actually, yes, I have decided I'm doing breakout rooms.
Surprise! Breakout rooms.
It's like
Okay.
2 minutes to the end of the presentation. Huh?
It was actually a real question.
How much time do I have, Shalana? I'm thinking of
We have
going-
all the time in the world. Time has ceased to exist, and we are in this pocket of infinity.
Let's say I have 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Oh, I feel like I need to do breakout rooms. Is that
What
a
happened?
decision?
Hopefully
Good
not, but let's go with it.
If I was the room host, I would say we don't have time. Jose, what would you say? If someone was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to have a discussion," I only have
It'd
like
be
10
really
minutes."
nice to have breakout rooms.
We should.
Well, okay. Just going with the scenario that Gretchen is throwing out, though, which is like 10 minutes left. And suddenly the presenter says, "I want breakout rooms." Me personally, I think I could pull it off, but I would first warn them. We only have 10 minutes. You still have a couple of questions that you might want to answer. So if you're absolutely sure, then I'll set that up for you. But we only have 10 minutes, and a lot of the time people are still even introducing themselves and might not have enough time to discuss what you want to do. So tell me what your decision is. And then you do it. Like the presenter, for the most part, has the best decision-making power in that presentation. So you wanna appease them. But if it is only 2 minutes left, it will literally take you 3 minutes just to actually set it to get them to tell you what kind of breakout room, how much time, how many people per, blah blah blah. That's 3 minutes right there.
Okay. Well, I'm the presenter and I'm hosting right now, but I don't see how I can do breakout rooms.
You're not hosting.
You're-
You're co-hosting.
No, who's the
Only the host can do the
yeah,
breakout room.
Chelana's
I'm
the
the host. Gretchen, do you want to take the host so you can practice doing the breakout rooms?
No, because I don't know how to do it. I want you to do it.
Okay.
But are we
So-
in the fourth wall? Or are we still within the stage here?
I'm
No.
sensing I
This
have to
is
do it.
outside of it.
Oh,
This is
okay.
us
Chelana's
practicing.
Chelana's
Okay.
at the fourth wall and Gretchen's on stage.
I was
Selena,
totally
sorry, I
breaking
don't know
the
how to
fourth
do
wall, by the
it,
way.
and I would like it to be in pairs. People to talk in pairs.
Okay. Now breaking this practice, these breakout rooms already have names.
Yeah, this is the sorry, just to totally break through the fourth wall. This is the help room, and we need to pre-assign breakout rooms for this room because it's going to be the help and info room. So it will be the regular rooms won't look like that when you open the breakout rooms.
Okay.
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 This
So
room will
don't
have-
1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, right?
basically don't recreate those rooms, Chelana. And,
Right.
it
I'm
won't-
just
it won't make
opening
any
up new
difference. It's fine.
ones
yeah,
that we
or-
can delete, right?
You can
Mark,
just
would
set
that
up
be
new
okay?
rooms. It won't break the rooms for this session.
Okay, good. Okay, just wanted to
When
confirm
we,
that.
when we
Okay.
start the session again, it will break them.
Sorry, say that again, Mark.
When we stop the session, it's the breakout rooms for this session are predefined, pre something.
Defined,
Oh,
yeah, predefined.
When you start the session, the breakout rooms are already there.
Right.
They haven't been opened yet, but we can decide which will be very useful for this particular room, which is a help room.
So I just want to ask if she starts adjusting the breakout rooms now, it's
It's
going to be
fine.
okay, right? Okay, good.
It's
Okay.
fine, yep.
So Chelana, go ahead, do whatever you need to do. You recreate them if you want.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have sorted you into breakout rooms more or less randomly.
Okay, one thing,
Um,
Chelana, fourth wall break.
Yep.
Before you create the rooms, because you've already thrown us a join breakout room button, some people will immediately push that button. So if you're going to explain
Okay.
anything, do that before you hit the
Yeah.
create. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay,
remind them
so-
how much time they have. Remind them, sorry, just because I interrupted you yet again. Remind them how much time they have, and clear with the presenter, what is the purpose of these breakout rooms? What do they have to have as they come out, and what they will do when they come out so that they know that, right?
Right.
And if it was that crazy scenario that Gretchen proposed, where it's like 10 minutes left, tell them, if you do want to leave, there is a leave meeting button, not just a leave breakout rooms button. So some people are like looking at the clock and, oh my God, now we're going to the breakout rooms. So just remember that, like that, once you start the breakout rooms, some people will hit that join breakout room almost immediately.
Yes. Yeah. Explain first. You have 5 minutes. Please discuss the best name for Shalana's goldfish. Come back in 5 minutes. Share your answers. Whatever.
Whatever the
Okay.
presenter wants, right?
Yeah. Now, fourth wall breaking. I have someone asking for help, and I have a join breakout room option. If I push that, will that send me to their breakout room so I can answer their questions?
Exactly. That's exactly
Okay.
what will happen.
Okay, so everyone should be able to join their breakout rooms. I'll pull you back in like a minute or whatever for practicing purposes. Yes, I see a hand up.
Audio buttons, applause, audio buttons,
So
cranky presenters. Well, you weren't cranky, you were just nervous.
I hear you.
Clanky, yeah, I know.
I think concise list of what the host can do and what they can't do, because I am confusing co-host with host.
You know what you should do sometimes, so that then, because I gotta say, a lot of my experience with Zoom came out of
Doing
I've
it?
seen these on OTJ, the OTJ Friday night sessions.
Yes.
So it's like our Friday drink party. And a lot of what I know came out of having to learn how to do that with a bunch of drunks.
I know you have to do it. So that's why we're doing this training, right?
So if you ever want to come to the OTJ Friday night sessions, not just to learn how to be a co-host, but where I learn how to be all of that stuff, but just to have a good time with everyone, you're more than invited. Concise list of host, co-host capabilities.
Right, because that's where I'm going to get tripped up.
You, as the room host, though, are almost always going to be the host. And you just need to know what a co-host can do. You don't actually have to be a co-host. And basically, it's a subset. Now, the most important thing, the difference between them, is that the co-host is basically the host's powers, except for breakout rooms. That's it. That's really the most important difference between host and co-host.
Okay, so the co-host can't do breakout rooms. That's all.
No one, only the host can do breakout rooms.
Got it.
And I wish, but then again, like I wish I knew how to actually program such amazing software as this, but I wish they could at least give that to one other co-host. That would have been so nice.
Okay.
Are we going to be in here forever? It feels like, not I don't like your company or anything.
Go back.
Well, we can just leave. You want to leave?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Jose knows, but the way it works on the I'll let Jose, he's back now. Maybe he can explain how you have to hover over the join or there is a difference between the PC and Mac and joining the breakout rooms. Jose?
Okay. So if we were talking about the user selectable breakout rooms, when the presenter wants, well, let them choose where they want to go, that actually incurs more time cost. That implies that the people know where they want to go. And usually where they want to go is indicated by the rename that you gave to the breakout room, which again takes much more time. So if they say, well, can you rename them? And then you just up your estimate to how long it's going to take to something like 4 minutes, depending on how many breakout rooms they want to do. So you got to keep that in mind. Now, let's say that everything succeeded and this wasn't that nightmare scenario of doing it at the end of the presentation, and it was all planned and the presenter had all kinds of time for this. They got you to make the breakout rooms, but they're user selectable. Do you know the difference, Chilana and Gretchen? Do you know how to do user selectable breakout rooms? And I'm getting no response.
Jose, you got really quiet all of a sudden.
Really? Why? Hello?
Not hosting, so I can't do the breakout rooms right now.
How about now, Grant? Okay, I don't know what happened there. So, Chilana and Gretchen, have you ever done user selectable breakout rooms?
No.
Okay.
Hosting.
Who's the host right now?
Me, Gretchen.
Gretchen. Okay, so let's do this one at a time. Gretchen, hit the breakout rooms button, and just the one, so that then you get the initial panel asking about breakout rooms. So you'll see that there were 3 radio buttons, and the top one is join automatically, join manually, and the third one at the bottom is user selectable, or allow users to join. Right?
Hold on a second. I see recreate, add room, open all rooms.
Oh, that's right. Those rooms still exist. Okay, so recreate, please. And you get a new smaller panel with a
let participants choose.
Yeah, and also to note, that is where you again re-choose the number of rooms, and that will sometimes move up and down depending, right? Like it won't always stay at the same number of rooms you chose before. Sometimes it'll jump up, mostly it'll jump down, but it'll change sometimes. So you keep an eye on that. So you check the number of rooms, you choose what type of user movement you want, if it's going to be forced on them, or you let them choose. Now, if you let them choose, so go ahead, choose the bottom radio button option.
Yeah.
And okay, wait, could you close those rooms, Gretchen? You don't want to open them yet.
No, did I open them?
Yeah,
I'm invited to join Apple's.
Sorry. Stop it. Don't go anywhere, anybody. Don't go anywhere.
It's all good.
You just want to, okay, and it is confusing because you choose those rooms, and I don't have it in front of me, but you still have in front of you the open all rooms button, which you can hit even before you do anything else. So you so go back to the point where you could choose that user selectable radio button.
I'm trying to, but I'm trying to close it and it's waiting. It's still counting down.
Okay. Can you make me host maybe, and then maybe I can show you guys?
Hold on. Let me just try again. So I opened them by mistake, and then now they're closing, but it's taking 10 more seconds. Okay, so
Oh,
recreate.
that's right. I know what the problem is.
I've got to
Let
go.
participants assign.
You gotta go?
I've got to go, guys. See you.
Thanks for dropping by.
No problem. See you later.
Bye.
Hang in there.
Mark, for you to know, just very quickly, 30 seconds. I got a couple of rookie room hosts tonight that I'm going to be training. I don't know if you want to drop in, but
Right.
it'll be in Slack, their links or whatever.
Okay, nice.
Later.
Hang in there.
It's okay.
No, this is going well. This is going well.
It's not,
Okay, Gretchen, go.
it's not, I've made 2 breakout rooms, but it's not letting me randomly assign people to them.
You don't want to randomly assign people to them.
I mean, it's not letting me let them decide.
Right. So this is what's going to happen. Okay. So let me show you what's going to happen. Just want to check with Gretchen. You chose user selectable and you renamed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you open the rooms, Gretchen.
Okay.
And this will happen in a different way. Did you open the rooms?
I'm going to. Hold on.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
afraid to, because last time we had to wait a minute.
There you are. Okay. What'll happen now is instead of getting that join breakout rooms big blue button right in the middle of things, you're going to get that breakout rooms icon. Everyone will get the breakout rooms icon at the sort of the right-hand side of the bottom of the Zoom window. When you click that,
Yeah.
you're going to see the 2 rooms that Gretchen made. And
One
you're going to see the population numbers to the right of that. They both say 0 because there's nobody in there. Okay.
So
Now, for both of you,
choose right now. Everyone can choose right now.
is everyone confused?
Did. Ah.
Okay. So this is what you do. If you have a Macintosh, okay, this is important, and because you have to explain this to everybody who, especially poster presentations, because at the heart of poster presentations is being able to manage user selectable breakout rooms. If you're doing poster presentations, you make these breakout rooms at the beginning of things. When you get in before the poster presentations begin, you take down the names of things. There's a whole protocol for this, okay? You create the rooms, you name them. The poster presenters will come in. They hopefully know the protocol, but if not, you're going to have to explain a few things that I wasn't ready right at this moment to explain. But just to get to the point that Grant wanted to ask me, okay? If you're on a Macintosh, that population number, if you do not hover your cursor above it, you're not going to see the join button. If you're on a Windows computer, that join button is immediately and permanently visible when you're looking at the breakout rooms. So when you're guiding people to manage these user selectable rooms, got to ask them first, what do you want, a Macintosh or a Windows machine?
Okay.
If you forget that and you start giving them Windows instructions, they're going to get maybe flustered and confused.
Okay.
Shalana, you're okay with that?
Let's let her do that because that was complicated. All right, I'm gonna give you the hosting back.
Sure.
Gee, we should have done this like squad leaders should have done this like your idea, Gretchen. We should have done that with all squad leaders. Made a time or try to get squad leaders to get together with their squad to do this. This is really useful. But everything's great in hindsight, right?
We don't know our people yet.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big
I'm a
thing.
squad leader, and I don't know who my squad is yet.
That's okay. I'm a squad leader. I don't know who my squad is.
Okay, so can I close all rooms?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you remember the procedure, Chalana, or do you want Gretchen to walk you through it?
Let me see if I can retrace those steps. So I go to breakout rooms. I go edit room. Allow participants to choose room.
Check the number of rooms that you want. Do you see that? Did you see where that was? Just above those 3 choices? That's where you would choose the number of rooms, or you would have chosen the number of rooms. But even here, you can add rooms. See that button at the bottom?
Yeah, I don't see the thing about like, well, how many rooms do you want? But I can add them
Yeah.
or delete them also. But
Yeah.
ideally, this is set up before anyway, right?
Not necessarily.
Oh.
but
Or
mo-
like in that 10-minute setup
right, okay,
period.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So everyone should be able to select their room.
Oh, wait, how do you do that?
So at the bottom on that little black bar, you should see a little Rubik's Cube looking thing that says breakout
Yeah.
rooms.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Give that a click. Now, are
Okay.
you using Windows or a Mac?
I'm using a Mac.
Great, so am I. So you look at the rooms, you see 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
and you see how room 1 has one person in it? If
Mm,
you,
oh, okay. Yeah. Reception. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just move your little mouse over that one, and
That.
it says join. So you can click that one, and that should send you to that room.
Okay. Just to
Same
be,
with room 3, hover over and give that a click.
just to be obstinate.
Yep.
There is another one in room 1, and that is the one in the name, room 1. And I thought to myself,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
some moron could think to put it over that one, and he'll put it over the one. You go, oh, well, what? So what you want to say is that blue number to the extreme right. So
Okay,
lots to
sure.
like orient themselves with. Right?
Sure. So that number next to each room, hover over and your join button should appear.
Oh, okay, I got it. Good.
Those of you on Windows, don't need to worry. You just hit that join button. Okay. And there we go. And then I'm going to close all the rooms. And then if anyone's in a room, that should tell them to come
Bill is
back.
still here, and Bill, I guess, had to go. Okay. What's next on the agenda, Gretchen? What else do you want to go over?
I don't know. I'm good. Shalana, are you good? Do you need more help or?
No, I think I'm good. Just kind of recap everything. Check which room you're logging into. Log into that one. Make sure your presenter has co-hosting powers. Check that they can share their screen. They've got the 2 little buttons down at the bottom. Get them to check those. Ask before you do that. Ask them how you'd like them to kind of just run the thing. Do you need a 10-15 minute timer? How are you doing questions? Are you using breakout rooms? Great, let me get them set up real quick. Good, we're good to go. Oh, hello everyone. Welcome. Let's get started. Right?
Yes.
We are recording. So if you would like to not be recorded, please turn off your video. And all right, Gretchen, take it away. Wonderful. Thank you. Great presentation. Ta-da. I'm going to close this room in about 2 minutes. So you are more than welcome to continue your conversation in whatever SIG this is over in the reception room.
No more
Enjoy.
reception room.
Thank you, everybody.
Room.
Yeah, there's no more reception room. It's okay. We'll get into that.
Ah.
See what I told you, Gretchen. It sticks in people's heads, right? And it even sticks in my head. Reception doesn't exist anymore, Chelana, and now
Okay.
it's called help and info.
Okay.
Okay. There were just a couple things in there. They're not major. They're very minor, but if you can remember them, make sure the host is applauded.
Yep.
Okay. Once at the very end and once just before everyone says goodbye. And then when that goodbye is, depending on how good the quality of the ensuing discussion is, use your discretion there. And I wanted to show you, otherwise that was great. Okay. Oh, and questions, taking questions, managing questions. Like, okay, so let's see. There's one other thing that is a new protocol that we came up with, and Grant, you might not even know this yet. And maybe even Phil might not even know this yet. Okay, so everybody, can I be co-host, please?
Yeah.
I want to share something. Oh, there I am. Okay, good. I am co-host. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, if you want to go to the room host coordinators documents folder, where we keep all our documents, you're going to see a folder here called presentation background images, and I'm going to enter that. Okay. And let's see. Oh, did they change it? Images separated into folders. Okay, here we go. All right. These are images, and let me just explain because it's a little bit different than what it was before, but we were talking about this. These correspond to room numbers.
Oh my God. Hit 17.
Correspond to room numbers, okay? And they correspond to specific pings that you can use as virtual backgrounds to your hosting position. For example, do these ring any bells, Gretchen?
My first one is the text highlight tool.
The what?
The text highlight tool.
Is that the exact title?
Yes.
Maybe it hasn't been made yet.
Favor AGM is also coming up. Whatever. Just choose one.
Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna. Now I couldn't find it. Okay, it's good.
I had thought of a
Okay.
question too.
So I actually accidentally clicked 16. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So
Okay.
these are all pings, and they are all designed to become virtual backgrounds. Okay. So you go find the one that you're going to be using for your presentation, and I believe this will create a download.
A background for the room host.
Yeah, but I don't know if they've set this so no one can actually download these, because I'm the guy who made this folder and I can't download it. There. Okay, try this. Select and
Yeah, I've downloaded them. I downloaded the all of them. Not on this computer though, so they're in the office. That's what I'll be using.
that's interesting. Okay. So the entire. Oh, I see. The entire image is separated by folder is a downloadable single item, and you download them all, every one of them. You don't select them. Okay. See, for example.
Okay.
Let me just
Yeah,
show
it's a
you what
zip
I'm doing.
file.
The entire, there it is right here. See this on the right-hand side, this icon that I'm wagging around right now?
Yeah.
That's what I downloaded. And inside of that is this folder that has all of the numbers.
Can you
So,
do
for
one?
example, number 5.
Okay.
Number 5, you open this up, and if you want to just take a quick look at this, okay, looks like this. Okay.
Okay.
And this is a virtual background that you would install for that presentation. So how to do that? Here are your, so you guys can see the settings window.
Can I just jump in? I don't think I can actually do that.
Oh, excuse
Why
me.
not?
My computer is too old to use virtual backgrounds.
Then you don't do it.
Okay.
You not only.
I was just
don't
wondering
do
if
it,
there was like
you can't-
another backup option or something.
No, if your
Okay.
computer is too old to do this, then it's too old to do this. But we thought it'd be nice for, a nice little touch, trying to make ourselves look as professional as we can be. Nice little touch to have this in the background. So for example, let's say this is me. Okay. I go to my backgrounds and my filters. I add a virtual background using the plus button, add an image, and I go find the image. And I believe it is on my desktop, and it is images separated by room. And I believe this is number 6. Try to correct me. It doesn't really matter, right? 6 there. Maybe it was this one that I really wanted. Okay, there it is, and there I am. Okay, try to shrink.
That's nice.
Get out of the way.
So we have to download those things on the website application thing before anything starts.
Right. And hopefully we found a bit of a glitch this morning, and we might have to regenerate these images because they're automatically generated for us. But we found a database glitch that may have flubbed up some of them. So that's why we didn't tell anyone, hey, everybody go get them. So when we're ready to do that, we will announce that in Slack. But basically, this is a nice place to get the protocol into video. Okay. And it's just a nice place to, no, it's over here. It's just a nice place to sort of have that in there. I mean, your head will get it in there a little bit sometimes. Okay. But all of this, because I'm trying to do this from memory, more than what I say in these videos is go look at the protocol sheet that we will have in Room Host's documents folder. That is the one being carefully written out by Sam Kawakami, and there she doesn't have to remember it just for a video recording. She carefully thinks it out, and that one will be the most reliable source of information for protocol.
Okay. I believe I'm okay with knowing what to do in a actual synchronous presentation. If
Mhm.
I'm going to be doing the video presentations, I know there's many kinds. There's the kind of go to the, or like the presenter wants to show their own video, right? Their presentation. They want to show their own video presentation, like their screencast, right?
Mm.
So that's basically the same thing as a synchronous presentation, just
It is
going to show them,
almost exact. It's actually
Right.
easier, right? Because
right?
you don't have to deal with so many nervous people. They just want to you just got to make sure the sharing screen is good, audio buttons are checked, and 25 minutes, and it's like, hey everybody, we're going to be showing a movie in class, and everyone goes, yay.
So I have a friend who has submitted a video, which will go on their YouTube. We don't do anything with that. People just go, they click on Eventzilla and go to YouTube to watch it, correct?
Gary Ross, our programmer, is hard at work to make it so that then the Eventzilla description, the abstract for the presentation, right next to it will be an embedded video from YouTube, and people will be told, this is an embedded video because we want you to watch this before you come to the presentation. So people will sit there and watch it. Oh, that's the discussion. Okay, then they go in to the whole thing, and it's all discussion. Now that might be a bit more work because it's all Q&A, and you got to watch the Q&A in chat and people raising hands. Oh, and by the way, when a presenter says, you know what, actually, I would prefer that people just kind of shout out their questions as they go. That is actually pretty easy too, because you just have to explain to the audience, all right, if you have a question, just open up your mic and at a judicious moment, maybe ask the presenter if they have a second to ask you. There are all kinds of ways to do it. The way that I would recommend is that, okay, Ms. Clark, even though you want to have them as you go, why don't I ask the audience to tell me in chat that they have a question or they raise their hand, and then I can moderate that for you so you can concentrate entirely on that. So you tell people, if you have a question, please use the raise hand button. And Gretchen, everyone's, Shalana, Grant, I assume you've all used the raise hand button, right?
I don't see that on mine because I'm the host, right?
That's right. But I was about to say it's because you're a host or a co-host. Host or co-hosts do not see raise hand buttons because they're hosts or co-hosts. But normal people, normal participants will see it on the extreme left-hand side of the participants, bottom of the participants list. You tell them that, and then if they raise their hands, they go immediately to the top of the list, and then you can see who's raising their hands. Then you say, okay, we have a question from Bill. Oh, we have a question from Mark. And then Mark, would you like to open up your microphone, unmute yourself, and you can ask your question of Ms. Clark. That sort of thing. So it all depends on how the presenter wants to do that, and you have to be kind of prepared for it. The chat one, I think, is prevalent. I think about 65% of the time they want it written in chat, and then you moderate them. They get written out, then you just read them out. Yeah. And yeah, so the video one, if it's what's called in session, that's super easy. They just hit the play button and you watch, and then, it should be exactly timed out to the end. You might want to ask the presenter, is this timed to go right to the end of the presentation, or is it timed to go end about 5 minutes early? If it's time to go right to the end, kind of dumb to do that, but then you got to be careful to start right on time. A few seconds isn't a big deal, but you don't have a lot of margin. With the ones that are what I call pre-session videos, so they watch it.
Figure that out though before we even run the video or whatever, can't we?
Figure what out?
How long their video is.
You ask them, and hopefully they know, right? Like how did this video go to the end? And they look at it on YouTube and they go, oh, it says 27 minutes. And so, oh gosh, well, okay, let's see the best we can do, right? Like this is a 25-minute presentation.
Right?
And then there's the pre-session videos. So hopefully Gary will get that programming finished, and it'll be right next to the abstract in Eventzilla. People will be told to watch it before they come into discussion, and it's just a big Q&A.
All right. I'm good. Thank you for your help.
Not Paul. Chalana, how about you? Anything else remaining?
No, I think that's good.
Excellento.
Hey, rock and roll.
Okay. Well, I'm finished. I always have things that I want to say, but I don't know if I'm just repeating myself. But if there are no questions, shall we end it here then? Thanks, everybody.